Cha, back in abs. Week 2, you heard Berserker rolls, 5 sets of 10, seated Berserker rolls, 5 sets, 10, 5 squeeze, Berserker pull downs, 4 sets of 10, 5 squeeze, lat pullovers, seated row machines, 4 for 10, barbell hyper extensions, 4 for 10, barbell sit ups, 3 for 10, overhead sit ups, elevated counterweight sit ups, and hot wheel Tysons, 3 for 10. The whole point of us doing these Berserker rolls, though, at the beginning, is to pump as much blood and our back as possible to get us ready for every single lift. Yes, it's taxing, but you're not using your arms, so you're gonna have maximum stimulus when it comes to these back workouts. You feel me? So now, as I get into it, this is the 5th and final set of the workout. You feel me? I didn't film at the beginning because shit, I forgot. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, man. I put my all into it. You feel me? Now, I'm already pumped, as you can see from my traps, and I'm working my whole posterior chain doing these. I'm working out doing these lower too, you feel me? I'm usually standing more upright, even though you'll still feel all the muscles, but you'll feel them way more when you're standing at that height. Now, for the barbell hyperextension, I need that lower back pump. Circle rows may work the whole posterior chain, but doing your barbell hyperextensions and staying in the pocket will make your lower back feel like you got abs growing on them, you feel me? It'll give that definition look, you feel me? You won't see when I start the pose. But I have to throw this as a staple in the workout because I lack a lot of lower back, you feel me? I'm top back dominant, barbell sit-ups. I learned these watching Dreams Work. To be honest, it hardens your abs and it works your shoulders too. Do put dumbbells at your feet so you can stabilize the lift. I'm at a plate right now. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to do up to a quarter, but I don't even really work up that hard to these because it's abs. I need to do high intensity, high volume. And it doesn't matter about the weight sometimes in certain things, even though I'm a heavyweight enthusiast. When it comes to abs, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't train them. They naturally form. But I've been working hard on these for a few weeks now, so you won't see during that. We're getting that to the end of this documentary. Also, these work on your stabilizing muscles just because you're holding the weight. It's like a static hold. Counterweight sit-ups. Listen, doing these, it feels weird. It feels like you're going to fall back. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. These rip your abs. You're going to wind up building them. I started with a 20-pound kettlebell, and then I moved my way up to a 30-pounder. But yo, when I tell you when I was doing these, I felt like somebody was punching the shit out of my abs, man. And the look it gave my abs, it pushed them out. You feel me? Within 2 ab days, I wound up noticing the difference with some of these workouts I was doing. So this is why I actually had to keep this in as a staple in my ab routine. As we progress, as you see, I moved on to the 30-pound. The most things I could say about this workout for you to focus on is focus on that stretch at the bottom. Try to go as low as you can. I like to just break even and then go right back up on the concentric. But pull up slow so you can feel the burn. You feel me? You'll wind up getting a condensed muscle. It's just like squeezing. Abs is all about punishment, just like arms. The more you punish them, the better they grow. Focus on your breathing. Make sure you hydrated. Make sure you drink your water after every 2 sets. You feel me? And don't rush through too much. You'll catch a cramp. Next up, overhead sit-ups. These, oh my God, these is monstrous. I started with, let's say, 20 pounds. When I tell you, it's just like doing barbell sit-ups, but these is more difficult because the muscle contraction when you're going up on the concentric and the eccentric burns twice as much. It's just like using a Smith machine, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, this shit is just burned. But overall, I give this workout a 10 out of 10, man. Just because of the burn you feel and how it athletically affects your abs. You'll feel the top abs, mid abs, and lower abs at a certain point. You feel me? You actually have to just go through the workout to feel the lower abs, and I moved it up to 30 pounds. Now this is when y'all gonna see me look like I'm going through agony right now. But y'all know one thing: no pain, no gain. I'm gonna make it happen. See how I'm moving slow? I'm squeezing my abs, making sure the muscles contract every time I do the movement. Yeah, I can move the weight fast like I normally do, but abs is a different type of movement, and it requires concentration and patience. Now, for another one of my creations, Hot Wheel Tyson's. These is the best variations of a Mike Tyson push-up with a wheelbarrow at the feet and an ab crunch. Gives you the best of both worlds, and plus you work quads and your chest and abs while you're doing it. I guess you could call this a compound movement, the way the muscles is set up and is working multiple muscle groups besides just two. These, it doesn't matter if you speed through, but if you go slow, you definitely gonna feel it. Right? Now we at the end of our session. We checking the pump. Want to see how it works, man. Like I told y'all, did the berserker rolls, get the back pumped up and everything. Look at that tree. Wasn't playing no games with y'all, man. And this is only week 2. Now as I turn around, I want y'all to notice these abs. Yeah, routine don't play. Alright, y'all, now it's leg day. We ain't playing no games, legs and arms, you heard? Like wheels and guns, I should say. We're gonna start with these front squats though, because everybody doing back squats. I'm trying to get my quads up. Feel me? The weapon's all about increasing your athletic ability, strength, and aesthetics. Now, as I do these front squats, I'm focusing on my depth with the lighter weight. As the heavier weight comes, I know the stimulus will not be the same, you feel me? But I'm gonna put all my old effort into the first few sets so I can get as much blood pumping into my quads as possible. Also, as you hold these on your shoulders, you'll notice that you'll get bruised up, and it does work your shoulders because you're holding it. It's like a static hold. Now, this is only week 2 of me doing these. You'll notice as we progress through the weeks that I've gotten better with my front squats. But I'm gonna tell you this, foot placement is key. It's not like you can put your feet as close as possible when you do the back squats, and also you gotta pay attention to the ball rolling off your shoulder. Cause I wasn't too lucky sometimes. I was doing these, they rolled off my shoulder right into my arms, and I wound up just doing Zercher squats. Then wound up placing it right back on the rack. People will ask, why would I do front squats over back squats? Easy. Back squats do too much wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Your knee flexes to be exact. So then to negate that from happening, you will alternately go to the front squats. They all way harder, but once you get used to them, your knee flexes get way stronger. So by the time you do go back to back squats, you have some OP knee flexes, pulls. But you understand where I'm coming from. Like workouts that seem harder and seem way more risky is what makes you get stronger. Now you see right here, 225. I'm gonna say right here and right now, I didn't really get this off the back because I'm not used to that weight like I used to. Before, when I was working on like 2018 and stuff, I used to have 225 down packed. Now that I'm coming back, the 200 pounds is not the same. You see, the range of motion ain't the same, but I took the risk. Now, once your body gets used to certain weight like this, it'll get better. Trust me, y'all. All you gotta do is take risks here and there and let your body feel it. Your body will adjust. Now, a lot of people like to call it ego lift. I like to say progression is profession. For real, for real. Take a risk or remain stagnant. Now for classic hip thrust on the floor, I got the ball on my back to increase the range of motion, but eventually I'll move the ball out of there because as the weight gets heavier, man, let's just say, man, I'm just gonna go right back to the classic roots of using the floor because there is benefits to it. You'll feel your hamstrings burning with these and your calves. A little bit of lower back too, but glutes is the main thing with this movement. Trust me, I'm as a man, I feel like I shouldn't have no glutes, but it does help with many things because I am part calisthenic athlete, so I'm a hybrid. So when I do the front levers, it helps, and plus it helps with your bench to have glutes. It increases leg drive. So in certain movements, and plus the aesthetic, I ain't even gonna lie. Over the time, looking at my aesthetic, it's gotten better. I just don't like the glute jeans I have, you feel me? So that's why I tend not to work them as much. Now, we're at 5 plates. One thing about me, I love heavyweight, you feel me? I don't care what it is. I don't shy away from it. That's why I grow. And due to this program and how I've been working out over the past 12 years, everything has been heavy. I got the aesthetic and the strength that a lot of people want. And I also get a lot of royal allegations. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I take a test right now, I'll shut all that shit down. Next thing you know, they're gonna say, yo, we can't fly. Now we're at the risky set. The last set. 6 plates, y'all. I don't expect to do much on the last set. It's always to mechanical failure, and that's where you really grow. You feel me? So I'm gonna give it my all and do what I really can, you feel me? That's all that's possible. Whatever reps come out of this, what comes out of this. But I'm definitely gonna get the gains from it. No pain, no gain. Progression is profession. You heard of Avengers. Next up, leg press plus calf stretch. What I want y'all to pay attention to right now versus later on in this documentary is how I change up my form in the leg press. I still do the calf raises the same, but it's a certain cue that allows you to work all 3 heads and your calves at the same time of pressing in this workout. But one thing I want y'all to understand too is you gotta know where your tension spots are at. Once you know where your tension spots is at, you may not need to do full range of motion all the way down, exaggerated bullshit. Because a lot of people injure themselves when they do this. Now we're gonna switch into the calves. Now just always remember, range of motion changes. That's why I said progression is profession. You may not get the full range of motion when you first start in the first few weeks, but as you progress, you will eventually get it. Up on the menu, Bulgarians. If you don't have no balance, get a stick. Like one of these, a straight stick, or something that you can hold on to. If you were started to this workout, your mobility will not be as great. But if you do have a stick or something to hold on to, you can go lower, and it will be a lot more better for you to balance out how you do this movement. Work your quads. You can feel your hamstrings too. You can feel your glutes if you add a twist to this. That means you twist your body around when you're holding the dumbbell. And you lean forward more to feel more put more hamstring and glutes. The last segment of legs. I like to do a static hold, followed by 10 to 15 reps, followed by another hold. Gradually increase the weight. Leg extensions is the #2 quad builder when it comes to building massive quads, as it is doing lunges and front squats. You should never be able to skip these. These should be a staple in your workout. And most of all, these push out the lactic acid in your knees and your quads. So when you feel all of that aching pain, that's lactic acid. The more you do these, the less you'll feel fatigue and pain in your quads when you're pushing out. Next up, tricep extensions. 4 sets of 10, 5 squeeze. Reason why we do the 5 squeeze at the end. And how I'm doing it right here, I'm gonna feel more triceps, and I'm staying in the pocket of where my tension is at. Do the squeezes at the end to build that condensed muscle. In turn, we supersetting these with high cable curls to build that bicep peak, which in turn make your biceps feel more 3D and stronger looking. At that, it gives you more strength when you do these, because regular bicep curls and hammer curls will give you the aesthetic. The bicep peak is what you need. It's just like doing pinwheel curls. Now look, wide grip tricep push downs. These will make your triceps blow up and explode, and it'll also make your arm a little bit more wider. You see me, I'm going heavy. This is the last set right here. 4 sets of 15. Remember, it's only ego lifting if you fail. We don't fail, we execute over here, man. Listen, this one tricep movement will change the whole composition of how your tricep can go from skinny to wider. You'll build more thickness and width doing these. Now, on to the next movement. Dumbbell drag curls, supersetted with the dumbbell skull crushers. Drag curls build the bicep peak, and also with the stretch, it'll build the long head of medial and short head of your biceps. So when you're doing these, try to go as slow as possible so you can feel the burn. You also feel parts of your brachialis. Now for the dumbbell skull crushers, make sure you get a stretch behind your head. Make sure the end of the other dumbbell goes to the back of your head, and your where you're grabbing that is at the end of the dumbbells, so you can push more. We're doing 4 sets of 10 each on these. And listen, when it comes to these, both of these movements, slow and steady wins the race. Don't pace through it. I mean, you can. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, slow and steady wins the race. You gotta punish your arms for them to grow. Lying tricep extensions. These are all about the stretch. I'm gonna correct my form in a second, y'all. I was going to my shoulder when I should have went to the side of my face. But this is all about the stretch, y'all. As you stretch more, you're gonna feel it more. I was feeling it here until I made a certain adjustment. As you can see, I made the same mistake until I did this. Boom. Now you feel the full contraction. I felt all 3 heads of my tricep set on fire after I did this, and I even did more reps. But yo, listen, take it slow. Recommend lightweight to start with. These will definitely give you the horseshoe that you want. Alright, now that will conclude week 2. I'm the weapon. There's a lot of lost footage. I wasn't actually that serious about recording this, but as the weeks went on, I started recording more frequently, and I just started to actually just put my all into this documentary. This is only week 2, y'all, but y'all about to see a big improvement. Here are the routines, with the last slide being the beginning routine of the week. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Tune in for week 3.